Welcome back, guys. I love those quick commercial breaks, don't you, Chill?
That's so nice.
They are quite nice. So, guys, MLG Shattered Temple will be our map for this fourth game. RSVP just DTing once again there in Game 3 on Xel'Naga. Down here in the south, we got CoLRsvp as the red Protoss, and up here in the north, it's going to be DDE from its Gosu as the blue Terran. Cross map once again.
And I'm thinking back to that third game, and I know a lot of people are saying, you're playing a game, or you're playing a player who's known for being cheesy. Why wouldn't you just play extra safe? And the problem is when you're playing someone who's known for being, quote unquote cheesy, and he's actually a very strong player. I mean, RSVP plays for complexity, so he's obviously got some skills to back up his cheese. Is if you lean too defensively, make extra bunkers, go for an eBay too quickly, start putting turrets up, and your opponent plays risky in the other direction and just takes another base, you can put yourself impossibly behind, where you can't come back in the mid game because he's played, people like to say it, cheesing with economy.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So it's not as easy as, just play safe and then beat him in the mid game. When you're at this level, that doesn't necessarily work.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to this level, mind games become a huge factor a lot of the times. It's not just it's not a ladder match where you just do the build that you're doing. I mean, you go into a match, you're going to have a build kind of selected before it probably starts in a ladder game. In a tournament, a lot changes once you get into the game and really get into the match itself.
Now, I hope RSVP doesn't DT rush again and make me look like an idiot, but...
yeah, well, there is such thing as the caster curse, so you never know.
Always a victim.
Yeah, well, you especially, man. You've been full brunt by the caster curse. You even had to leave a game, man. That's like the worst caster curse ever. You can't even cast.
Yeah, I know. I'm still living that one down.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things that will be immortalized in esports history for sure. Poor Chill, poor guy. I feel your pain, man.
We got pretty standard stuff going on so far. We've got the assimilator up for RSVP. Both players scouting each other now. DD using that map hack to go cross position first. Probe is going to get in. See pretty standard play. Reactor first here. Did he see that reactor? Because that is a key piece of information. No, he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things you said he's using his map hack, he might actually know that, he might know the timings of a probe scout, especially if it's going to be a normal probe scout. If he was over here at the left side, it would definitely go up top. So kind of a gamble going down, but because he could obviously spawn over here at the 3. But DDE scouting his opponent out first nonetheless, and game will go on. What tech is he going to be going? Hasn't added on that second gas, so looking pretty similar right now, but we're probably going to be seeing some deviation in just a couple seconds.
So reactor expansion out of DDE. This risky. Is reactor expansion supply block yourself. This is, all supply blocking aside, very strange build. Typically when you see reactors, that's because you want a lot of Marines out to support your tech rush. We see a lot of Banshee attacks or even Marine Hellion attacks start off with reactors. Haven't seen many people go for a reactor into an expansion.
If this Zealot can get in there and deny that bunker to go down, this attack is going to deal a lot of damage. One of the worst things about going reactor first on a Rax, especially into command centers, you just don't have the army to deal with this Stalker. Looks like that Zealot will get killed, but it's not without taking a lot of damage onto these Marines. And there's even a second Stalker out here. With perfect control, he can kill a hell of a lot of Marines here, Chill.
Yeah, he's got the bunker up now, so he's really got to load that up and then pull the SCVs to block the Stalkers from running by. Looks like he is pulling the SCVs. You can see that RSVP is tasting blood. At one point, he had 3 Stalkers queued up in his single gateway, but DDE is going to stabilize, get a Marine into that bunker. Looking at the income tab, DDE has already suffered a lot of losses, but he's got that expansion up, so he's going to be able to drop double mules, try to get back in the game. RSVP doing the smart thing, not trying to finish it, just taking an expansion, playing off his economic lead by getting further ahead, as Artosis used to say.
Yep, DDE actually completing his wall off using one of those racks to do it, and RSVP will be falling back with these 3 Stalkers. He's got to be feeling pretty good after being down 2-0 or 0-2 in this series to be able to do an attack like that to start things off with. But I mean, that's more than risky by DDE to open up with the reactor racks into command center.
Well, I wonder if he went to build a supply depot and misclicked or hit S again when he went BS, or what happened, because that's not something that you would expect out of a top player, to supply block himself after going reactor. And I mean, when that first Zealot came, he should have had 3 Marines, right? But he only had 1 because he supply blocked himself, and that really would have changed the game. As it is now, he finds himself down 12 Harvesters only 7.5 minutes into the game, and that's a huge deficit.
Yeah, it really is. So jumping back over into RSVP's base, there is the tech that I was looking for. The robotic facility has been his choice, and this is probably the smart choice. DDE is going to be moving out with his same push that he's been doing a lot this series thus far. Saw it in Game 1 and Game 2. But I like RSVP's decision to get that observer out and allow him to scout what his opponent's up to after that attack. And he can hopefully not be too surprised here by this attack coming in. DDE pulling back, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised DDE is out on the map at all. He's way down on units from where he should be at this point in the game. So a little bit ballsy to be out there. Yes, he does have concussive shells, but no stim on his units, so it's very easy for him to get caught out there. And I would love to see RSVP, especially once this Immortal gets out, go and take his gold destructible rocks out and take a pretty quick third there. He knows he punished DD in the early game. Why not take a gold, get a few Immortals out so you don't die to mid-game timings, then go to Colossus. It seems like a really solid follow-up.
Well, he took the destructible rocks leading into the corner pocket expansion out.
Yeah.
He might be taking a quick third, but not the high yield. At the same time, DDE is getting aggressive again, trying to control the map control right now. There is an observer out. Obviously, it won't see too much going on, at least nothing out of the norm. And DDE, once again, will be falling back. So is RSVP going to try and secure a third base? Is he just going to get his Colossus out? I think that, yeah, there is the robotics bay. And the Colossus has been started.
Yeah, it looks like DDE is just pushing to make sure that RSVP isn't camping the Zelnaga Watchtower. And I like that, make sure there's not just a probe sitting there getting complete vision of the center. Why not do that? DDE has now cleared his own pocket rock, so he can take that third base when he finds the time to do that. Still trying to reestablish his economy. You can see he's still down by 17 Harvesters. He just really hasn't overcome that deficit, trying to pump out units so that he doesn't die to any mid-game timings while trying to find the time to make SCVs. It's a difficult road to walk.
Now, let me look. So the Natural Nexus has a huge amount of energy on it, and he's not really chrono boosting anything. I was trying to see if he's been chrono boosting probes or what he was really using it on there. In the meantime, something always interesting about DDE. Oh wow, this is actually a change. He's starting to bind his buildings, Chill.
Whoa!
That's the first time I've ever seen that happen for him, man.
And he's got his units on 4. That's crazy.
That's quite the peculiar bindings for sure. For a while there, guys, I mean, the reason I'm so surprised, he didn't bind any of his buildings at all.
That's Brood War style, yo.
Yeah, I mean, he did that at the Blizzard Invitational. I'm trying to think how far he got in that tournament, but that's just something you don't really see out of StarCraft 2 players. But here's a drop. It looks like it's going to try and take out this third, but he will pick up and get away even a factory scout out to RSVP's army.
Yeah, very ill-fated, and RSVP has these observers a little bit active. He's moving the one at the bottom right around to try to follow those drops around. If DD wants to drop here, he needs to be doing dual drops. And RSVP is already ready. He's got units in the main base anticipating that dual drop. The one place he doesn't have units, actually, is at his natural. I don't know how DD smelled that. He's got a scan, but he knew about it before. He's going to stim and run out, and now he's got... Oh! Force field shuts that down. And there is no escape. That was a big loss for DD.
Yeah, those force fields, and they're actually pretty evenly spaced out. So those things definitely just put a huge stop to that attack, and also any future attacks, at least from that small camp. It looks like the rocks were taken out here by DD. He's going to move in with a small force, take out one of the pylons, take out the second pylon. It wasn't canceled, but RSVP is going to be able to chase him out there.
Twilight...
He's going to lose one of the medevacs, actually. That is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Twilight Council is complete for RSVP, but he's not getting Blink. He's getting Charge yet again. you know, when these Terrans are harassing with drops, I love to see players get blinked. Drop in the main, one of the medevacs.
Oh, no. Oh, that's
7 HP.
well, chill. There's a pylon.
Not 7 HP.
Yeah, it's dead. It did get taken
HP.
out, but what an interesting pylon kind of thing here from RSVP. That's pretty clever actually, because he knows that the medvac will probably drop the rest of the units out to heal up the units if they take any damage and come back for another drop. So I actually like that. That's one of the first times I've seen a Protoss use pylons like that.
You know, even though DD isn't getting a lot of work done with these expansions, he's you know, put a lot of space between himself and RSVP. He's gotten this top left expansion up for free. And if we look at the supplies, 138 to 118, yeah, you know, there's a 20 supply differential there, but that's the same 20 supply differential we saw like 7 minutes into the game. So DD has done very well to stay in this game going through the mid game.
Yep. Now here is another drop, possibly from DDE into the main of RSVP. It looks like this drop did get cleaned up and pushed back all the way to base. DDE just likes to load up and unload this medevac, it looks like, over on the left-hand side. He's going to be falling back finally. Let's go ahead and look at RSVP's forces. He's getting pretty high on the Colossus count. Charge, I believe, is finished, but he doesn't have that much forces.
Yeah, upgrades are sitting at 1-1 for the Protoss player, RSVP. He's got +2 armor coming out now that he's got that Twilight Council finished. DD also at 1-1, just waiting to finish up combat shields. We've got an Archon on the way for RSVP as he's just massing up, and now he's taking 3's natural. Why is he doing that instead of taking the gold?
I don't know, man. Maybe he hates the color gold. I don't know.
Everybody loves gold.
I love gold, man. My Jeep is gold. It's the prettiest Jeep in the world. So, where does this drop going to be doing? He's actually just going to go inside. It should get cleaned up, though. I think there are some zealots down here with charge. He needs to go ahead and engage with them, though. He's using a lot of stalkers. Here come the rest of his forces. That is going to get cleaned up pretty quickly. Our lone marine here in the middle of the map. Colossus will put a stop to that. But let's see, RSVP sees the third with this observer. He might be moving out to take it out.
There's 2 ghosts on the field, which is going to be absolutely key if RSVP does decide to attack here. There's 7 Vikings out. So, you know, DD is in a decent position to block RSVP here. If RSVP gets these rocks down and gets up to the path between DD's natural and his third, then he might be in a problem with DD trying to engage up through that choke. But DD responds quickly, moving up so that he can engage him in this wide open area, and responding very nicely there.
Yeah, I don't actually like this engagement time unless he snipes a lot of the Vikings there. He's really low on the stalker count here with only 8. That's not going to tear through a lot of these Vikings very, very quickly. He's really got to rely on those stalkers, take out the Vikings, while the Colossus deal all the damage to the rest of the bio, as well as the charge lots. Yeah,
and RSVP should not be engaging here. It looks like he's just putting on a little bit of pressure, dancing back and forth, and I think he's... You're saying uh-oh.
He might engage, Jill. I'm not liking this fight for RSVP.
So force fields going up, the Vikings flying right over the stalkers, but those force fields really... aren't doing anything.
What?
They're actually...
The Vikings, engage, go! They're not attacking at all.
Go Vikings!
Yeah,
and all said and done, looks like a Colossus is going to go down, and RSVP is going to fall behind in the supply. Oh my god, all the Colossi are going to go down.
Yeah, at the same time, he's actually denied the third base over here for DDE, but that is a scary, scary army. Do we have... Let's see if he has any High Templar. He does have 1 High Templar. This is going to have to be a storm of the century here. Oh, well, he gets 1 in.
Oh.
It was okay, but, well, I mean, he does have a lot of zealots there. He might be able to clean up the ground forces here. The Vikings are having to land, actually, to make sure that DD will win. And wow, a huge amount of zealots. He's actually going to surround, and he should be able to take out the rest of these units, Chill.
Yeah, he's going to clean this up easily. Look at the upgrades on those zealots. 2 armor, 2 attack. DD on 2 attack, but only 1 armor. And the reason RSVP should not have been engaging there was that he was building a ton more gateways. The way Protoss wants to play this, when he gets maxed up and he has map control, be assertive, but then get all your warp gates up. Protoss can remax faster than Terran, and then play it kind of like a Zerg does, where you play the 300 build. But he's done it his own way. He's gotten it to 170 versus 112, and he's got a 4th base up. So very nice position. At the same time, he was harassing that 3rd base of DDE, and he's put himself in a fairly sure win here.
Getting a little bit scared for DDE. We have a huge group of Zealots coming up here, but also at the high yield, RSVP engages right now with those charge lots. He's going to be able to chew through all of those Marines and the Marauders pretty quickly. He's taken out this 3rd once again, and there goes the rest of the army, even as DDE's controlling pretty well.
Yeah, DDE is controlling very well, but it doesn't even matter. The next wave would come in, but irrelevant. GG and game 5.
I like finals, Chill, but I like my finals to go to the game 5. You really can't ask for more for these players. I mean, RSVP was down 0-2. He's brought it back, tied it up. $1,000 is on the line. Both of these players already guaranteed 500, so I guess 500 are already on the line. But he looked pretty good in that game, Chill.
Yeah, but I gotta say, DDE, man, what were you doing?
Well, yeah, the beginning actually.
Not putting down
true.
your 2nd depot, like that lost in the game. Absolutely, that lost in the game.
Yeah, he was definitely playing from behind. So real quick, let me see what our next map is gonna be before we go to
Dual
the
Site.
break.
My favorite map, #1.
I actually like this map. I've been casting it for some reason, Chill. Well, I think I kind of know what it is, but at the MLG Global Invitational that we cast in the Korean region, almost every game 2 is dual site. And I think it's just because the Koreans like playing that map. They play it all the time in GSL. We're going to see 2 American players, RSVP and DDE, going at it here in game 5 in just a little minute. We got to go to commercial break, guys. It's going to be quick. I promise. I've been right all night. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Game 5, DDE, RSVP coming up.